Next up, we've got Batman 103. This is the first Silver Age.
That's you, Will.
Yeah, Batman. It is, baby.
I got this at a store. I'm gonna tell y'all this little story. I got this. I actually had Avengers #1 in my hand. The guy wanted $1,800 for it, but the book was in such bad condition. It would, remember I told you all about covers. I have to have a good cover. The cover it looked like a dog just wiped his foot all over it and ripped it up and then passed it on to a possum.
Right.
Said, no, I can't. I just cannot pay that kind of money for that. So I was getting ready to leave the store, and a young man said, "Hey, mister, do you like Batman?" I said, if it's old." That's literally what I said. And I said, "Well, how old is it?" And I like Batman in general, but I really I spend heavy money on older Batman, and because I can just buy the trades of the modern stuff, So a lot of that stuff I don't get caught up in trying to buy Batman runs anymore. I just, like I said, I buy the trades if I really want to read it. But the guy said, I've got some from the 50s. I said, oh well, yeah, you talking my kind of talk. And so he showed it to me, and I said, well, man, how much do you want for that, man? He said, oh, $75. Oh, we're taking that on out the door.
Yeah, out the door.
We'll holler at you, buddy. So I got home, immediately sent this off to get graded. Came back a 6. I got it pressed and clean. It probably was about a 5 before I got it pressed and clean, and it came back a 6. So that's how I got that one.
So do you use a local press and cleaner guy that you know, or do you? I got an
LCS man that he has a guy.
Okay.
Yep. But I know a couple of guys now. That was probably about 4 years ago, but right before the pandemic. But I've got a couple of guys now that I can send that stuff to.
And I get reluctant because, man, that shit pissed me off. I had my first Thanos Iron Man 55. I bought it slabbed at a 6.0. And I was like, and it looked good. I was like, man, I think I get a clean and press. So I talked to the guy at the local comic book store when I was in Texas. Okay, yeah, we can clean and press it. That shit came back, sent it back to CGC 5.5. Oh, you talking about?
Why
Yeah, they pressed and cleaned some more creases in there or something.
Yeah.
And then it's just the eye of the grader on that day. Yeah, I know. Yeah. A lot of those books with that Marvel chipping in those 70s, I don't know. I'm just hesitant for pressing and cleaning because it's just a risk.
Yeah. All right. So this next book is one of my favorite cartoons. I was at a convention. Ironically, it was here in Middle Georgia years ago. This is like 2014, 15, so right around in there. I walked in, I saw it on the shelf. The guy only wanted $70 for it. And I asked him, I yelled out, "Hey, is that what I think it is?" Everybody else is looking at me like, what the hell does he know? What's going on? What is that?
That's what it was.
And I was just like, y'all don't know what this is? Y'all have no clue? And the store guy was like, yeah, he knows his stuff. And I said, well, yeah, I'll take it, man. So he pulled it down. I ended up getting the book. So I recently got it graded, but it came back 5.0. And you know what this is by the cover. This is first Peanuts.
First.
Yep.
Yeah, as soon as you see that cover.
Yep. And so when I got it, I said, yep. That's all she wrote, man. So I picked that one up, and this was a book. I've actually got the first 15 or 20 issues of this Peanuts. And you can find all of the ones past this, you can find them for cheap. They just $20 here, $30 there, $40 here. And I'm just like, this is, people, this Peanuts will go the same route as Walt Disney as far as I say is value, because it's a staple of American history. And so you would be doing yourself a disservice not to be picking up Peanut comic books.
I agree.
I mean, it's just, it doesn't, it just doesn't, as they say, the math ain't mathing if you're not picking these up. All right, next up is another one of my books. So I tell people these stories all the time. This is why I say you have to buy in the buyer's market. You have to buy when things are not hot. You have to buy when they're not being spec'd on. You have to buy when, when it comes to this Marvel cinematic universe. You don't buy right when they announce a character. You don't buy when it looks like a character's about to show up. You buy
No,
when
you
nobody's even not talking about the character.
Yeah, you sell
Right.
what you sell
Yeah.
during those times.
Yeah, yeah. You buy years in advance of a character.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought this particular book. I actually bought this on eBay, graded, and I couldn't believe that they wanted $200 for this book. So I said, $200 for this, and I said, I actually like this cover in the first appearance. So a lot of people go for the first appearance, but I said, I'm going for the second appearance. I like that cover; it's better, and so I ended up getting the book. It's one of my favorite books in my collection. We got Fantastic
Yes, sir.
Four 49. You got a Wham Bam, thank you, man. Was I saying you got the first cover appearance
Of
you got
Galactus.
second appearance,
Silver Surfer.
iconic cover,
Yes,
Jack
sir.
Kirby at his finest. There's nothing, just all boxes are checked. $200. That's making out like a bandit. So I was excited to get this one back when I got it.
Yeah, because you ain't gonna find it for $200 now.
Dude,
No.
you
That
find it on the
that's-
$18.
that ship has sailed.
Yeah. Let's see. I've got a couple of Silver Age books here. All right, so this next one, this was one I paid $50 for, and I think it's really one of the most scandalous, undervalued books in the Silver Age. This one is Teen Titans #1. It behooves me. I see this book all the time when I go to shows that
Oh, I like Teen Titans.
they give them away. So every time they give them away, I got several of them in that row. I just pick them up. I'm like, are y'all really gonna let Teen Titans? What?
Eventually they're gonna pay the price on. They're gonna regret it. I just got to do the diligence to get to. I've got a few of them, but I got to do my diligence to tighten.
Yeah. So I got 1 and 2, and I think I only maybe one between the two of them.
And when they did those 80s Teen Titan stories, man, those were some of the best stories in the 1980s. Yeah. I mean, all that whole run that with George Perez. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're Joe Perez, man. Yeah, absolutely, man.
And that's signed by George Perez before he passed.
That's even better, man.
Yeah, that's one of the ones you just got back, right, Will?
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-huh.
All
Yep,
right.
signed by. I have that #2 there. I have not sent mine in yet.
Oh yeah, I got that one too. Yeah, buddy.
This is a book right now you can go get for pennies on the dollar.
I don't know about that one, Matt.
I've actually seen this book. Yeah, I've actually seen this book at shows. At least at the last, let me see, not the hotel. I'm trying to think, where was I at show I was at, man? And I saw this. And I saw it for like $200-300. And I was just like, really, man? That first appearance in Humans?
Yeah, exactly. Because 2 or 3. Because I bought mine when I was down in Louisiana. I bought mine for like $20. $20.
Yeah, I think I paid at the time, if I can remember correctly, I think I didn't pay no more than maybe $100 for this. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm first appearance of the Humans.
Hell yeah, that was why I bought it.
Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it. Yeah, it's really hard to find a high grade at a good price. It's real hard to find a high grade.
Yes, sir. Well, you can't hardly find one.
Yeah, that period of time, and for when the viewers view this, during that period of time, bags and boards, because some may not know, bags and boards had not yet come about. People were using, I don't know what they're using, regular bags, putting it in
Cardboard.
between.
Yeah, just put them in your shoebox.
Yeah,
Yep, shoebox and cardboard. Yep.
Put it in between magazines. I saw the first bags and boards come out.
Wow.
I saw them. The first bags and boards were just like you said. I don't think it had a white side. I think they were brown. They were brown on both sides. And then the bags for the comics, they were just like cellophane. I promise you. The first bags were very thin and like cellophane. And then I remember they finally came out with some bags that were like about 1 mil. They hadn't come out with the 2 mil yet. They came out with some 1 mil bags. And then they came out with the boards that were brown on one side, and then they got a white side on. Somebody said, well, we need a slick side. that won't grab all the ink off of the
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
And so then and then over time they progressed
Got
and
better
got
and better.
better.
Yeah.
But
And
those first ones were very like cellophane. Not because I had some of them.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
I love hearing history like that because that I wouldn't have known because I'm still a bit of a young blood over here, so I wouldn't have
Uh-huh.
experienced all
Yep.
that.
Yep.
All right. Next up is one I showed. I showed this recently. This is my highest grade golden
Oh, yeah.
famous funnies.
That grade
944.
is famous funny. That grade is high as I don't know what.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and this is a end of the run famous funny. So this is even
Valuable.
Yeah. So 9-4, I think it's a file copy. And so glad that I've gotten this one here. Picked this one up. You won't believe what I paid for it. I couldn't believe it was this price. It's amazing how some books are just overlooked.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, nobody's buying this, man. It's a 9-4 in golden age, man. 125. Y'all don't want it? And I was like, okay, well,
I'll buy it.
yeah, high grade. Yeah, I'll take it, because you don't see 9-4s of golden age. Just
What's that? What's that scene at the end of Trading Place with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd? I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I'll buy that.
Okay, so Matt, did you see on the Comic Collector Geek? He had a guest on a show that came on with the first famous funnies. Did you see that episode?
Yep, I saw that one. That was a couple of weeks ago.
Now that book was only given out in theaters, but it didn't make it to the theaters. They had like 200 of them. In the back of that book is the first appearance of Namor.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, so the owner of the theater got sick, so they never distributed that famous first funnies, that issue 1. That first one was a giveaway. They can only find 6 copies today. They don't know what happened to the rest. Only 200 printed. So
Wow.
that guy came on to the Comic Collector Geek. It was graded, and it was a 4 or 4.5. I said, how does that book even exist that he has one? The price on it, man, that book is the mid to high 6 figures.
I actually saw famous funnies, and I wish I would thought about that, but I saw famous funnies 5 and 6 this past weekend. Yeah,
You said 5 or 6?
5 and 6. I saw 5 and 6 this past weekend.
Oh, famous funnies?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I just wasn't thinking about it. Yeah, I just wasn't thinking about it. I think I was enamored by some other stuff he had that I haven't looked at.
If I had seen him, I would have been like, okay, let's work something out. That first one has got the guy on the ladder. It's got the guy on the ladder. I think he's like putting the title up there.
Mm-hmm.
But in the back of that book is the first Namor story.
Wow, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll talk about old school superheroes. This is one that you like. I got this when I was on one of my road treks for work. Stopped by LCS. It was sitting up on the shelf, and I looked at it, and I had to. How sometimes you look at a book on the shelf and you just like, what? Unbelievable! That's sitting on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked the dude. I said, "Well, hey man, I say you never know unless you ask." I said, "Well, man, can you do 250 on that, man?" And I'm gonna buy some other stuff. So which I always try to do. I always try to buy something to sweeten the pot.
Mm-hmm.
So guy said, "Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I can work that." He said, "It's been sitting up there a while. Nobody wants it." I said, "Well, I'll take it." So other guy that runs the place came out and was shocked that somebody was actually buying it. He was like, "I can't believe it." And so Captain Marvel Adventures, number 6.
Yeah, man.
1942.
Oh,
yeah, man.
The good stuff. That's why I would tell
Boy,
this
this is more than good stuff.
The good stuff. When you start dealing with old Captain Marvel, this is the good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I was elated to have that one. So
I'm elated for you.
I appreciate that. And so I've been running through them. I've been finding them, and I'll pick them up. We've got Wiz Comics number 28.
man.
1942. This one,
Yeah.
I think I paid $250 for it. And I just, this is some of the most undervalued stuff that's out there, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
the Wiz comics
yeah,
are.
it's a disgrace to see how
sh-
undervalued this stuff is.
Sheldon of Heroes Aren't Hard to Find. Yeah, he usually has a lot of them with him at the one day show.
Yep.
Those Wiz
Question
comics
for you.
Uh-huh.
While we on this topic, Captain Marvel, any of y'all ever see those serials of Captain Marvel from the 40s, 50s, those serials?
You talk about the one with him on the cover with the
No, I'm talking about the movie, the little Saturday serial show.
you know, he throw people off the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. They shoot them. Yeah. 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 That was hilarious, man. I bought this one. I got this one a while back. I bought it because of the regalia there. Captain Marvel Indian Chief. You know, back then they just put anything on comic book. And so this is for 1948 C.C. Beck art.
Yep.
So that one.
He was a writer and artist, right?
Yep. I actually have some other stuff he did. C.C. Beck. It's called Vic Verity. This is one. It's only 2 of these on the census. And so
nice.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Yeah.
So if you ever see this, grab it. It's one of those a lot of people don't know what it is. Another Captain Marvel. We got Captain Marvel Adventures 57. I thought that was funny. I always get a kick out of the ghost kicking him in the ass. Captain Marvel has some funny covers, man.
Yeah.
Funny covers. We have Captain Marvel Adventures number 55. And I thought this one, I thought it was funny. It says Captain Marvel visits Columbus, Ohio. Now I know why Columbus, Ohio is a big deal. It's because Columbus, Ohio was one of the comic book hubs back in the day. I said, okay, all right, I'll give y'all a pass on it. So,
but it looked like he was trying to pull something out of a hole or something.
Yeah. This is one of his popular covers. This is Captain Marvel Adventures 49. This is one that tends to go for a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out. I think this is one I got graded. If I can remember, I think I bought this from a guy, and it was in this he had like a little small stash or whatever. And I got this one. I didn't pay more than $100 for it. But like I said, they're undervalued. Captain Marvel, undervalued. And you can
absolutely.
Yeah, I think he's vastly undervalued. A lot of people focus on the wrong Captain Marvel. You know, that's just my opinion.
Well, the Marvel Captain Marvel is. I mean, the stories are good, but
yeah.
But
so next up is some rare LB Cole. This is a book I caught somebody slipping one night on eBay. A lot of people looked at it. I was looking and I said, well, I don't think this dude knows what it is. So there's 2 prints of this book. You've got a Star Publications and the Accepted Publications. Most people typically go for the Accepted Publications, not realizing that's not the one that you want. You want to get the one that says Star Publications.
Right.
It is Pop Teenagers, number 5. And this is probably about maybe 20 on the census at most. This is a book you don't see pop up too often. This is one of his most popular covers. Yep. So yeah.
Because when you showed it previously, that was my first time seeing one. Yeah.
All right, and then
LB Cole, heavy hitter, y'all.
This is Scream Comics, number 18. I've only seen this book twice, and both times I saw it was 2 times I bought it. I got 2 copies of this. This one I paid a little bit for this at one of the Atlanta shows that we go to, John. Guy had it, and I had to talk him off a ledge, but he finally came on down, and I was able to get it for him at a good price. And I made it out of Dodge, and so as soon as I got home, I immediately put it in my pile to get graded.
Was that the guy from Tennessee or some?
Yep, same dude. Yeah, matter of fact, it was him. Yep,
yeah,
Tennessee. Yep. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, 'cause before he's at where he's at now, he was on the other side of other side of the room, and that's where I got it from. Yep.
yeah, he's got some great stuff. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of the book he had behind him at the last show. Because I called you and Matt was like, man, I've been there and gone. I was like, oh man,
All right.
yeah,
So
you.
these are
So
two.
yeah, he's behind him. He got loads of books behind him.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good stuff. This is
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Dog
that
Face
dog
Dooley.
face,
Yeah, Dog
man.
Face Dooley. You can find these aren't, if you just have to be patient, you're gonna either find one or the other.
I need both
This
of
one is the
those.
hardest one. This is the hardest one to find.
Yeah, the one on the
This one
right.
you'll find this
Right
one.
there.
You'll find this one a lot, but this one is the hardest one to find. I saw this one guy who had it at the show some years ago, but he wanted an arm and a leg for it, and I just wouldn't pay it. And so I ended up just searching and searching and searching and searching and searching. And I finally found one, and then I did a best offer, and the guy bid on it, and I was able to get it. So got that one and this one.
What numbers are those?
This one is number 2 and number 5.
2 and 5.
Yeah.
All right. Because that's that look like that copper tone bottle
Yep.
throwback.
Yeah. Next is Hetty of Hollywood, number 44 from 1951.
Mm.
And see, a lot of times what I tell people, man, is 3.5s will fool you. If the cover's in good shape, man, you really can't. Once they hit this slab, man, it's a different ball game. So 3.5 and the slab is good, a good piece of business, as I tell people.
Yes,
yeah, I found out, Matt, that if they find a crease, or it depends on the grader too. If they find a crease in the book, or like you say, something wrong with a staple or some tear, but the book could look very good, and yeah, they give it 3.5, 4. They take it down with some of those things. They may be a little more generous on the golden age, but yeah, the book can be in beautiful shape, but there may be something that kind of drops it down like that.
We got
For
Millie,
sure.
Millie the model.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and I just really love that cover, the way she was drawn on that cover. Stan Lee did the cover story on this, by the way.
Gotcha.
okay.
Yeah, and I just really like that piece of the way they just the line art on that, and it has that Archie look, which is Dan DeCarlo, by the way.
Okay, I was going to ask who the artist was. Thank you.
Yep, Dan DeCarlo. The reason
Is that one there? That's Dan DeCarlo?
Yeah, all you gotta do is look at the lips. There's no Archie
okay.
lips. Yep, no Archie lips. And so, anytime you can find Millie the model, 1950s in decent shape, you pick it up. You don't ask any questions. This one is one of these wild covers I was telling y'all that I like. This is from Crime. This is Crime Must Pay the Penalty. And I mean, if you can look down here, you can see they shot him up and they dumping him out on the street in front of the police station. Says, here's our answer to your stoolies. Try getting information from this guy. So and these are let me tell you, you can find these for like $15-$20. These penalty crime books. And these have some outrageous covers as well that a lot of people
I can imagine. Because I'm looking at that one itself is yeah.
They got some outrageous stuff there. All right, so we got another Silver Ager here. We've got the Atom.
Yeah.
Number 7, first Hawkman crossover. And this before, remember they did a Hawkman and the Atom, they did a crossover. This predated that. And so you got your UFO.
Yeah.
It's Silver Age, man. So I mean, you can't go wrong.
No, sir.
And then if you see it, it says right here, introducing the superpowered team of Atom and Hawkman.
And Hawkman, that was a classic right there, boy. Adam used to be hiding up in them feathers.
Yeah, classic run. Here's some good girl stuff that's extremely rare. This is entitled Sunny, from 1948, and this is Al Felstein. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of his art as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Got that one.
It's amazing, man. These names kind of like, you know, growing up, I mean, seeing different things, whatever, and seeing the names in the books, whatever, but not really paying attention to someone says it later on. I'm like, oh, that's what, you know, it clicks to something in your head, like, oh yeah, I remember that artist.
Yep.
Go ahead, John.
There was a movie. They say all those names in the movie. Matt, did you ever see the movie comic book supervillains? You know who starred in that movie? DJ Qualls, the same guy from Hustle and Flow.
Okay, no, I hadn't seen it.
You need to it took me a little while to find it on DVD. I think I got it from Amazon. But look, it's these two comic book shop rivals. And one guy comes in and spreads these rumors and gets the two comic book shops fighting against one another to find this lady's golden age collection. The son passed away, and there's a myth or a legend of a room with a huge golden age collection. That movie's right up your alley. It's called Comic Book Supervillains, and DJ Qualls is in it. Boy, that movie's good. It's very good. They say all these names in that movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have to check that out.
It's well written. It's a well written movie. Oh yeah, look at Nelly.
Nelly the Nurse.
Yeah.
This is one of them good headlight covers. 1951. And this is actually a tough one to find at high grade. So I got this one.
5-0 is great.
Yeah, 5-0 is great for Nelly. So
You said 1951, right?
1951.
Yeah.
All right, we got another little Abner.
That's a great cover too.
Yeah, like I said, you can grab these, man. These are some of the some ones you can go pick up, man. I just love these covers here. All right, and then we've got Tessie the Typist. This is Timely Comics.
Oh,
And
early
always, yeah, always.
Yeah,
pick
early.
Timely up, yeah.
Early Mark. Yeah, I've never seen that one there before, Matt. I don't know where you find these, but yeah, I've never seen that one.
This is
Tessie the Typist.
1949.
I mean,
If you notice something, this was a big thing back in the day. A lot of artists would do this. I'm gonna show y'all something that a lot of people hadn't caught. But if you notice, they used to always do the heat lamp good girl crossover deal. See, she's got one now, and she's got one right there.
Mm-hmm.
So they used to do those little heat lamp deals.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So
I mean, to think of the volume of comics that came out back then is greater than I imagined. The volume of books that were on the stand. The problem today, Matt, you said you at the technical school, but I'm in the middle school. You know, there's a few kids that want to get comics, but do you know, kids, they don't want to pick up a comic book.
yeah, it requires reading. That's a whole nother discussion.
There's a few of them that they get hooked and love comics, but man, they rather look in the phone.
Yeah.
They don't. That's why it has gone over to the adult market. Adults are in the comic. The kids don't want to pick up a comic book.
Yeah.
Yes, he said required reading.
All right.
I love that. I love that.
I bought this book during Christmas. I bought it actually on Black Friday.
Damn.
I paid like $75 for this.
I love that.
And I saw the cover and I said, holy shit. I said,
yeah, I would.
Is a great cover. And I just love everything. It just screams golden age.
Dude, that's almost that. You know what? That's almost that daggone Iron Man cover.
Yeah. Yeah. This is it's just really, really cool, man. It's called Black Cobra.
I love that.
And 2.5. It doesn't even look like a 2.5. If you see it up close, it doesn't look like a 2.5. The back is not 2.2. I mean, it's got a little brittle stuff there. Yeah, so it presents really well, man. So when you find a cover like this, is when you got everything intact like this here, man. It just really adds to
Bye.
Yeah. B-Y B-U-Y. B-U-Y.
And B-Y-E, B-Y-E, bye-bye.
So I've got another set here. I'm gonna slide this to the back. I'm gonna move this over here. Yeah, so this is another one that's tough to come by. Especially this version of it, because this is the actual first print. Spy Smasher #6. You got
I like that one too.
Yep, this is got your Nazi
Mhm.
going on here. United We Stand. This is during the war. And I mean, this, it's got all patriotism across the board, And I think the last time I checked, there was maybe 18 of these on the census.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this is extremely, 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 extremely rare. So
I like that.
next up,
Spy Smasher.
one of my favorite Jack Kamen covers. This was also in Seduction of the Innocent. This is Dagar, Desert Desert Hawk. This is screams Jack Kamen. I mean, it's just presents well.
I've seen some of those at the One Day show.
Yeah, if you see next time you see them, pick them up, man. Yep.
Yeah, Jack Kamen is another one of those monster artists that from back in that time, huge.
All right, we got some more DC here early stuff. My favorite Wonder Woman cover. I just love how she
coming out that
fire. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This is issue 87.
Sensation.
Also, it has an ad for Miss Beverly Hills of Hollywood #1, which was big at the time.
You said that's at number 87?
87. Yeah.
I was gonna tell you at the beginning of the show, man, I want a Sensation Comics #1 so bad.
Oh man, well that boat. I mean,
I know with that horse,
yeah,
with that horse on it.
yeah.
I could who Batman early on. Now that one I haven't held in my hand. But I know back in the day when I first saw that book, it was several $100s, which was out of the question back then in the 70s. But that Sensation #1, I was watching a show and somebody pulled one out. Comic Collector Geek.
He the only person I know that got one.
He has one. He has one of them.
Yeah, he's the only person I know that has one.
Man,
he be pulling some stuff out. Oh man.
Oh yeah, I saw that at the Heroes Convention. That very issue.
Gay Comics, number 28, 1947. Wolverton artwork. And the only reason I got a 0.5 is the damn centerfold was pulled out.
I was about to say, yeah. That
they
happened to me.
They told me to shred over there.
That happened to me on my first Parasite. That same shit happened to me, Matt, with my first Parasite.
We got Frankie Comics, #9. I tend to get a lot of these covers here, man. I just love these old Marvel covers, man. This is from 1948.
Is that Atlas or Timely?
This is Marvel. I think it was Marvel.
That is Marvel. Okay.
Marvel, yeah. Yep, that was early Marvel, yeah. Before the Marvel as we know it. That was right before the Marvel as we know it.
Right.
All right, we've got Lucy #1. This is the Real Gone Gal. Lucy books are tough to come by.
Never seen this.
Yeah, it's only about 4 on the census. So these are tough to come by. I've got another one of her books as well that actually needs to get something great. But this is #1. I beat somebody on the auction on this one. So I was glad that was.
Yeah, if you beat them on the auction, yeah.
Golden Age Batman. There is some Golden Age Batman. Detective Comics 171.
Oh, is that the Penguin?
It's the Penguin. I love catching those Penguin flying covers. So, yep. A lot of times you see cover detached. As long as the cover's there, because it's going in the slab. That's all that matters.
I keep saying I gotta get that copy of the first Batwoman, Kate Kane.
Yep.
On the motorcycle. Was that you and I talking about that, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get that
yesterday or
first.
Sunday or the day before, something like that. Yeah.
Might have been a day before. Yeah, I got to get the. Oh, there's another one of the.
Yeah, I
Gay,
love it. Gay comics, yeah.
yeah, Gay Comics. Timely. This is Timely, fall 1947. And
Always, dude
like I
is
said,
always between two girls.
yeah, gentlemen like blondes, you know. And he turned his head over there to the brunette. Yeah. Speaking of brunettes, here's another one. This one is Rusty Comics 14. This is Powerhouse Pepper. And Timely Comics number 1947.
Yeah.
Yep, you can't go wrong. I'm telling you, you cannot go. When y'all see this stuff out, man, you can't go wrong with this kind of stuff.
You got to get it.
Yeah, gotta pick them up. Oh, here we go. We're ready to put some good stuff now. Because I forgot how I had some of this stuff packed up. Okay, here we go. I showed this last night. On my haul video, but
Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is Matt Baker, Ranger Comics number 48, Firehair. And
yeah.
Yep, 6'5". So I love getting.
And that's the first Fire Hair, isn't it?
No, that's not the first one.
Oh, that's not the first one? Okay.
All right, we've got Jumbo Comics.
Oh yeah, Jumbo Comics.
130, Matt
Oh,
Baker.
Matt Baker. Yes, sir.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. Love getting these.
Every time.
When I can get a good deal on them, I try to grab them. That's all I ask. So the first thing I ask. This is another one of my first few Golden Age books I ever bought. Torchy, number 4. This is a one of those good classic, almost cheesecake-ish covers. And I really like this one because it has here. Everybody's got the peepholes under the water, and she on top of the boat.
Oh yeah.
Checking her out. Yeah. This is also done by Gil Fox as well. So
Got it.
yep, 1950.
Yeah, Torchy is one I'm familiar with.
This next one is extremely hard to come by. You probably couldn't pull this off today if you wanted to. This is Taffy number 12 upskirt cover.
Got you.
Wow. And this is a Mort Leave cover. And I think I bought this from the dude. And when I bought it from him, I paid $275, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude was like, man, he ran into a bad financial situation. He was like, I got to sell this book, man. He said, but I know it's going to a good place. And he said, this is a hard one to find. Now, I will tell you, I've actually got 2 of these. I messed around here and I went to a flea market and I was digging in a box and I found a lower grade version of this one.
Right.
So those are the only 2 I've ever seen.
I bet you were flabbergasted when you saw it in there.
I did. I was like, holy smokes.
What is this doing in there?
Yeah, I was like, holy smokes. And I said, yeah, I'll take that. So I was like, so yeah, these are too tough to find there. That's a tough one to find. All right, here we go. We got a little Black history coming up. Got some Black history. I'll give you some backstory on this. I bought both of these 2 books in the same day. I bought one from a guy who I go to every once in a while. And I just asked him, I said, well, do you have this? And he was like, yeah, I got it. And I said, well, not the DC version. And he said, yeah, I know what you're talking about. He reaches into his bag, he pulls it out. I kind of had to gasp for air because I didn't believe he actually had it. You know, I kind of was like, oh, wow. And I was like, well, what you want for it? And he was like, well, I'll let you get it for $320. I said, deal. Guy was standing next to me, one of my good buddies was standing next to me, man. And he said, no, man, don't tell me you got it, bro. I said, yeah, man, I got it, man. So I ended up getting the book. So I'm gonna show both of them at the same time. So after we bought that book, I went to another gentleman who was selling some books. He had a half off, and I picked the book up, and it came out to be $60, and the guy was like, "Well, I'll let you get it, man, for a little bit less than that because the page is torn out of it." And I said, "Well, it doesn't matter, man. I want the book for the significance." And so I ended up getting it. Well, I ended up sending that book off to get graded, and it came back blue label, meaning that everything was in there. So I basically, and it was actually harder to find than the first one. And so I was like, "Oh, well, this is win on top of win on top of win." That's why I always tell people, just grab it. Don't you see incomplete on there? Don't worry about it. Just grab it, because most of you guys don't know. They may flip through a few pages, and if it's less than what they think it is, they'll say it's incomplete or whatever.
Right.
But I want to present to you Lobo 1
and 2.
and 2.
Oh man.
And 2.
And 2.
And 2 is impossible
in the first one. Yeah.
2 is impossible.
Yeah.
I should have, but I still didn't get that number 1 I saw up there. Will, you told me it was up there, and I didn't get it. It probably gone. I'm gonna look.
Yeah. If I ever see these, again, if I was looking for one at the show, if I ever see a Lobo, I'm buying it on the spot.
I saw,
yes, sir,
on the spot.
I saw one again, Matt, the Lobo. I saw one, and it was 800.
Yeah, I probably figure out a way to get it.
But the first one I saw was lower than that. Will directed me to it, and I got distracted, and I didn't get it. I should have.
Now the story on this, for those who don't know, is once Lobo came out, because at that time a lot of people, we're talking 60s, people weren't interested in a black superhero, and so everybody on the second orders that they ordered, they just started trashing. So only a handful of these exist. This is a far few in between. You don't see Lobo number 2. I've only seen it. I got one. I know another guy. I only know about maybe 3 people that got Lobo number 2.
Did you see? You know what that is on the census?
Not on the census, I don't, but I know I can tell you I only know 3 people that got it. And
right.
To this day, folks still be like, let me put it to you this way. I put it in a group on Facebook one day, and this is a group full of thousands of people, and people were saying, "I never even seen that." So that tell you all you need to know. Everybody saw number 1, but they never saw number 2. So
Number 2.
always, and what I always tell people to do, man, you go to the show, you ask, "Hey, do you have a Lobo? Do you have Lobo?" The old heads know exactly what you're talking about when you ask about Lobo. They know you're looking for DC Lobo. Yep. You just know.
Right.
And always look for it, man, because a lot of times it may be sitting up on the shelf.
Hey, I think Cornelius has a 1 and 2. Will.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he does.
All right, this is a tough to find romance. This is First Love, illustrated number 12, 6.5. I bought this one. This was a cover buy for me, because right here she says, "Please, he's here. I know he's here. He means nothing to a floozy like you.
Wow.
He's too young and too innocent." I said, "Well, damn." And then she said, "Get out of here, you silly girl." And then it's like, it says this, read the story behind the cover. I lost my pride, So I was like, yeah. Win. Sometimes you see these love covers, read them before you buy them, man. And you'd be surprised at some of the
what issue is that? That's First Love number what?
Number 12,
okay.
1951.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Floozy.
Jungle Comics.
Uh-oh.
Number 149. This is Maurice Whitman. I love Maurice Whitman.
I got a couple of Jungle Comics from that One Day show.
Yep, I'll pick these up every time I see them. 1952. All right, next up. Captain Science, Number 2, this is one of those classic, got everything going on covers here. You got helmet,
Mm-hmm.
you got good girls, you got headlights, you got UFOs, you got aliens, you got robot man, you got everything you want. Red cover,
Everything on that.
everything.
Red, yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
red,
helmet.
yellow, yeah, everything you need is on this cover. I bought this book. The guy said, "Well, man, it's low grade." I said, "It's better than no grade."
Hmm.
Ended up picking it up and got it graded. Came back on 1.8. So you don't find too many of these out there. I think it's maybe
No, I've never
maybe
seen that
2 or
book or
3 of
heard of
those.
it.
Yeah, I think it's maybe 2 or 3 of those on the set. All right. We got some more jumbo comics. This is my earliest jumbo comics.
Mm.
This is from 1943.
Is that another Matt, right?
No, Matt wasn't around back then. It's 1943. Matt showed up in the late 40s.
Okay.
Late 40s, early 50s. This is Robert Webb, Alex Bloom, and Arnold Hicks. This is art safe covers. Almost look like Jack Kamen if you glance at it real quick. And I bought this one just because it was 1943.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all won't believe what I paid for it. $75.
I believe it. Because ain't nobody paying attention sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will get lucky if you run up in the right place, or the person who just don't know.
Yeah.
And too lazy to look it up.
Got this one as well. Jumbo Comics 91. This is Jack Kamen. This is from 1946. You got some folks out there that slap snobs. They say, "Well, I'm not buying it since it's a PGX." I don't give a damn what it's in, as long as it's in the slab.
It's protected.
It's bingo, ding, ding, ding. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
So I pick these up for every time I see them. The only thing I hate about Fiction House, man, is Fiction House books have a tendency to fade. They lose a lot of their
Right,
color.
they do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hate about Fiction House, is because they use a little cheaper quality of paint back in the day.
Oh man, that yellow cover too.
57, yellow cover, Superwoman.
Mm-hmm.
Unofficial Superwoman.
Right.
You got font, you got simple text, you got it's simple.
Yes, sir.
It's a win. And this is one of the covers. I've seen this book twice. First time I passed up on it. And made me wonder when I bought this, I was wondering if I was buying the same damn book. I looked at it because the last time I saw it was in Georgia. Then I bought it again in Georgia. But got this one, and this is my oldest Superman book. So I was glad to get this because Superman is expensive. Now you want to talk about
yes, sir.
You try to get Superman gets really expensive.
Hey, while you showing that, Matt, let me show really quick. You had that Superman up there, and you talking about red, yellow, blue. Superman, what's got me into collecting? 1974. Let me find it. I'm gonna find it here in just a second. Let me see if I can find it over here. Hang on. It might be a little bit tough because I'm gonna pull that up really quick. That's what got me into collecting was Superman. I have the actual. Okay, now it's gonna hide from me. Let me see.
That's how it always is.
It's gonna hide.
As I've been trying to find something that I want to show y'all, I've been trying to find it the whole time.
Let's see what it's hiding away. I'm gonna find it. No, it's here. Give me a second. I'm gonna step away.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna show you a little bit of silk. Oh, here it is.
Oh yeah,
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker. That is
Silver
first
Age.
Peacemaker. That's first
No,
Peacemaker.
it's number 4, brother. This is number 4. I wish it was. This is number 4.
No, that's right. Number 1, he's got to chase him with the gun. Yeah.
Yeah. You know who I got this book, man? One of the guys when I was in Texas. He said, "Oh, I got a friend of mine. He's got a bunch of books in his garage he want to sell." I was like, okay. I was like, He said, yeah. I said, well, have him take pictures of the books, and he took pictures of it. I bought like 3 or 4 short boxes. This was in, I bought it for like $150.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a good copy too. I'm looking at it right here. That is clean.
And that Peacemaker was in one of those boxes.
Yes, sir. Now here's one, Matt, I was thinking about.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. I had to look at that because I know what it is. Bro, when you can find a Pulp Shadow, I just told somebody yesterday, you find Pulp Shadow, you don't ask no question.
Yes, sir.
You don't look around. And if it's under $1,000, you pick it up and you walk out the door.
That was 55.
Pulp Shadow, Pulp Shadow is expensive. Expensive. You hear me?
Yes,
That was
sir.
in the box. That was in the box, Will. That Pulp
No,
Shadow?
I bought that last year at the pre-Super Bowl comic book show in Laurel, Maryland. That shit was in the box. He was a bunch of Golden Age stuff, and I saw that. I was like, "Yep!" Snatched that up out the box.
You don't see I mean, I think the last time I saw the Shadow Pulp was like $400 or $500, and that was over the summer last year.
Oh,
So
okay. So
you got it,
brother.
You got it, John?
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback on your Superman that with that red yellow.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
This is the actual first comic I ever bought at a 7-Eleven in 1974 as a kid. This is the actual book. I had it graded for preservation.
Woo!
That's
Nice.
Action Comics 476. I want to say, no, I said 476, 436.
Like them yellows.
I had it. Now I'm gonna give you the comparison. Now, when I was a kid, I put it in a picture frame up on my wall in a room in Florida where the Florida sun hit it. So that's what happened. So that's what happened to it. But this is the actual first comic. Man, I love this story. It was about some aliens that gave Perry White some superpowered stogies because they read his mind that he wanted to be like Superman. And the superpowered stogies gave him the power of Superman. But Superman was moving behind him at invisible speed, doing all the feats because he didn't have the skills to complete the feat. So this is the actual, it's a 2.5. I don't care about that. It's the actual first
sentimental.
Yeah, what you like?
It's the actual first book I ever purchased. Now, I got 4 more copies. But let me give you the comparison of what it's supposed to look like. Now they beat me up over a crease, y'all. They beat me up over a crease because it's a beautiful book. Now this is a 5.5 of it. Now you see that? Oh, I should put the other one up with it.
Yeah, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, do not store your books
on a wall.
On the wall.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. But that's what it should look like. Look at that comparison. And then, I found another raw copy at Coliseum of Comics in Orlando. There goes that comic shop app. I put that comic shop finder app on, but Coliseum of Comics in Orlando.
There you go.
That's a beauty one.
Yeah, I agree. That.
Yeah, that pops on the camera right there.
Yeah.
And look, it was I think it was $6.
There you go. Nice.
We've all done that. Buy books that you kind of beat up as a kid.
Yeah. Yep.